welcome. My name's Super Saiyan and this is your weekly news and pre-order video covering all of the news and new releases from Forge World and Games Workshop for Saturday the 4th of September. A very warm welcome to all of you. I've recently had a couple more members join the channel and I can see that a few of you have been supporting the channel through the Element Games affiliate link. If you can, it makes a huge difference to the channel. I seem to say this more often than not, but I don't do any of this for a living. This is all a hobby for me. I've got a full-time job and a part-time job that I use to fund the channel, so any support outside of that makes a massive difference. And I want to say a huge thank you to all of you that support in all those different ways, being a member, using the affiliate link, and through the Patreon as well. So without further ado then, I just want to mention that I've put up the Imperial 5th Legion Proton and Terminator armor unboxing. I did receive it yesterday, but I was pretty busy yesterday, so I hope you'll enjoy that video today. And on a side note, in the live stream this evening, I will be building both of the Protors, if time allows that, but that does include me sort of cleaning the parts and putting them together. I might even throw in some size comparisons in that, so that is definitely one not to be missed this evening. Next week on Wednesday I will be painting on the Wednesday evening. So let's jump on over to the Warhammer community website right here. There has been a decent number of news. If we go back a week ago, all the way back to, I think it was the 28th of August. Looking at the pre-orders and things, we looked at this Warhammer Age of Sigmar Fantasy Battles art book. I'm really enjoying the art for Age of Sigmar, so I might pick up that book in future and do a video of it. There was a Sanctioned Sin novel as well, but overall quite lackluster, with the exception of the Praetors and the Graviton guns, whereas this weekend there's a fair amount to pre-order in the form of Orcs. Orcs are finally upon us. You've got Arena Mortis returns to the Underworld as well, so you have this little pre-order with some dice, but nothing major. The preview the day after, all about Orcs. You know, they've done their usual weekly video here covering the pre-orders. I will say that Death Dread is massive. Compared to the rest of the units there. I like the cover art. There's a lot going on. It's very orky, of course. I have the Beast Snaggers Army Codex, the soft touch, so there's not really any point me getting this, but if I missed out on that box, yeah, I wouldn't hesitate to pick up this this limited edition version, because it's lovely. The Combat Patrol, controversial. I've known about the ORK Boyz in the set being the Monopose push to fit since, you know, probably before the Snagger Codex came out. I knew that they were going to do this. You can just tell just from the very first image of the Combat Patrol that there's 20 Orcs, but you see this Orc exactly the same as that Orc, so you're going to get twins. Very odd that they've done this. I still have hope that they'll release a proper multi-part, multi-pose kit later down the line, and maybe they've just done this for time issues, but there we go. The one thing I will say is that the special weapon Orc, of course, is different. You can equip him with a rocket launcher or a big shooter, or both, and also the knob is different. You know, you've got this big chopper. It's not an huge chopper like the War Boss has, which is a brand new weapon. We've never had a huge chopper before, and the other knob has this I think we'd call it, I think it's a power claw. You know, there's power claws and snagger claws are very similar. You've got the Deathcopters as well, finally in plastic, so I'm going to be supporting the set just for this, but this time one of them you can equip it with like a custom blaster instead of the rockets. I'll be interested to find out if they are push to fit, and if that's the only configuration you can go for, whether you can swap out the blaster with the rockets. I think you will be able to. And you get this Death Dread. It's a multi-part, multi-pose Death Dread. Very decent model still. Has still lasted the test of time. And the War Boss as well, I think that'll be a monopose mini, but that looks quite cool, and he's got some decent rules as well. You've also got the Snagger Boys available separately. That wasn't long, was it, since the Snagger Boy Beast set came out, and then you've got the Snagger War Boss. There's a lot going on with this model. You know, that chopper looks massive, and I'm not quite fond of the big bionic hand thing going on. But I do like this this power claw type thing as well. The biggest surprise was the Zodgrod Wertsnagger's price. I think it's like £26, very expensive, and in my opinion, not worth it. Then you've got the Squig Hog Boys, which I did predict they'll be in their own separate set, so I'm glad that people have the option for getting them. We'll go through the prices in a bit, and then I will obviously compare it to the Snagger Boys army set, which I think a lot of people balked at the price when it first came out, £125. But let's just see just how much savings we're really going to get with that now. The Battle Wagon, again, that is £60. That's a huge chunk of money, considering that the Battle Wagon before this kind of, I say, Death Roller upgrade sprue was included was £45. So they're charging an extra £15 for this £19 sprue. Yeah, that's one of the biggest disappointments in this. I really had hoped that they'd keep it at 50, or maybe even keep it at 45, because we are clearing a bit of space for them by bundling it into a box. But £60 is the same price as a Land Raider Crusader, and I really don't think it's worth it, considering the age of the kit as well. You've got the dice, which are very boring. You've got the cards. You've got the Big Ed. That looks nice, though. It is made in China. It's a scenery piece, and it's £40. Unfortunately, I was hoping that would be £25. That would have been great. But yeah, £20 per sprue. And then there's a little look at Warhammer Plus. They blew their trumpet about Warhammer Plus for the second week, but it's actually the worst week so far. The battle report is good with Louise. Obviously, the Black Power armor is decent, and you're only getting the second episode of the animation. So, not a huge amount of content, but I still think the jury's out on this one. Like I've said before, the subscription is £50 for the year. You take off your £10 voucher for that, that's £40. The Vindicator Assassin will be a minimum of £25, so you're paying £15 for new content every week. For the whole year, which isn't too bad when you look at it that way. Plus, you'll get a chance to buy the second miniature after a year, and you could probably sell that for a decent chunk as well. There's an article at looking at Hammer and Bolter bringing the 41st Millennium to life and how they did that. That was quite cool. Unboxing the Combat Patrol Orcs, they unboxed this, and what they did is, I'm not sure whether they shot themselves in the foot a little bit, but they definitely brought attention to these push-to-fit ORK Boys, and I think for people that were going to buy the Combat Patrol box set already, I think that has put people off, and this is one of the things that can happen if you choose to sort of show everything that's in a box. It can have the opposite effect. I do like the Death Copters, though. Funny that they didn't show the sprues for them, but only the ORK Boys. The Death Dread, usual Death Dread, and of course this War Boss, and he's got this huge chopper as well, which they don't really, I don't think they've ever had a War Boss in Mega Armor. It matches the Mega Knobs, so if you've got some Mega Knobs, then yeah, it's going to look great with that. It says Fing in one hand and Choppy Fing in the other. He's opted for all Choppy in both hands. They don't really draw much attention to this huge chopper, but it is fantastic and rules wise, and he doesn't need to subtract one for hitting, so the rules are quite unique for that weapon. But I'll do my job and I will draw my attention to the weapon. Then we looked at Gikit, the Herald of New Season of Warhammer Underworld. So yes, this means that the Cruel Boys are now going to be getting their little crew for Underworlds, which is fantastic. And I like that model as well. Going to be able to grab onto the neck, hopefully, of one of those. Then you've got the Rumour Engine. Yeah, let's just call it what it is. It's either Gene Stealer Cults or Squats. The other things have looked a lot like Squats, though. Parade Army, White Dwarf 468. It's all about wolves. I don't know, I like both of the cover arts. I like this Gene Stealer Cult one, too. And they go on to Kill Team in that one under some nice Tyranids and some Index Astartes. You're also getting a nice transfer sheet for Wolfspear. That's good. I'm all for them adding more transfer sheets in the codexes. If you join in the war, you can pick up an Orc miniature and a coin in September. So all through September, you can get one of these coins. I would like to go and pick one up. That would be great. And then they had a look behind the curtain, and what they've done is they've shown which was the most popular things already. So they've put here, this was what most popular. That kind of covers most of what was released as well. But they were saying that Angels of Death was the most popular. That's interesting. And the Vindicator Assassin, 75% of people picked the Vindicator Assassin. So it just goes to show that, you know, a lot of people enjoy that. And then you've got the gift voucher as well. So you're going to be getting your voucher in, I think, about a month or so. There's a nice article about the Codex Orcs and the Cunning combos in preparation for the Codex release. You can celebrate first Warhammer Plus content drop with the free Angels of Death wallpapers. You've got Warhammer Horror returns for a new season of spine-chilling stories. So that's Warhammer Horror. And then you've got some new board games for 40k. Just making use of the Indomitus models, really, and even some older models. But is that the cultists there? Yeah, look, 3 Space Marines and 7 cultists. So I don't think that's all of the cultists, but you're getting 7 in there. Yeah, it doesn't look like all of them, but you've got Middle Earth. Nice little army showcase there. And the biggest news this week, which only popped out yesterday, was win a Warlord Titan from Forge World. So if you haven't already picked up a Warlord Titan, they have been around for over 5 years now, or maybe you just either can't afford or you can't justify spending over £1,000 for a single miniature. I look at it more as a project than a miniature, because the chances of you ever using it in game are extremely slim. But yeah, you can win a full-sized Warlord Titan in this configuration. Well, you get a choice of the different arms and things, but if every £100 you spend, you get one chance of winning a Warlord Titan. And then you get to choose one of the weapons in the Titan Builder. I mean, this is bearing in mind everything's in stock. I think looking at the Forge World site today, there were a couple of weapons out of stock, unfortunately. So you might have to wait a little bit longer. Or they may well have just put a few of the weapons aside for such a prize. But yeah, it's a great opportunity to buying a Macarius or Malcador tank. That's the model that they've promoted, or even the Atrapos, or the Ordinatus Olator, which is a £300 like drill. Yeah, interesting. I mean, I'm not sure about the Macarius selling that well, but the Atrapos definitely sells well. And again, I'm not sure about the drill selling well. Maybe they could have promoted the Asterius instead of the Atrapos, because yeah, I don't think many Asteriuses have been sold. And then there's facing an Orc Horde. Here are the 4 ways to counter the War, and 4 ways Black Templars take Zealotry to a new level. I don't think there's any new miniatures that they're showcased here, and we've seen all of this before in this yeah, very odd choice of pose and weaponry and things for that, but that looks quite cool. The Emperor's Champion. And this is a classic bit of artwork too. So yeah, they're coming before Christmas, no doubt. So we'll get some Space Marines finally. I mean, we haven't had Space Marines for ages, have we? Okay, that is it for all of the news. Let's just shuffle over to Forge World, where there isn't any pre-orders, but there is this big advert for the Winner Warlord Titan. And that's pretty much it. But if we go to new and we click on... yeah, there's no pre-orders, as you can see. But I say it's a good time for you to be spending £100 on Forge World items to win that Titan. But if you just type in Warlord, you may well find that a few things are out of stock. So the Power Claw is in stock, but unfortunately the Plasma and the Quake are out of stock, but the Gatling is in stock, and so is the head and the Carapace weapon, so that's nice. And the Volcano Cannon, that was out of stock for a little while. In terms of Titans, they do have a fair number that are in stock, like the Reaver and the Warhound. The Nemesis, unfortunately, completely out of stock. Not sure why with that one, but it is closer to a Warlord than a Reaver in terms of being a project and size. You've got the Reaver and the Warhound are there. Some of the weapons are in stock, some of them are out of stock. Plasma Blast Gun's back in stock now. That was out of stock a few days ago, so that's great. But little things that are still out of stock, like if we type in Storm Eagle, that's out of stock. If we type in ORKS, that's out of stock. There's a few bundles as well with tanks that are out of stock. I don't even think you can get a Thunderhawk right now. No, look, email me, temporarily out of stock. So yeah, it's odd that they're running this promotion without having a lot of things in stock. It's quite frustrating, I would think, because there's probably a lot of things that people would like to spend money on or spend £100 on, and they can't, and they can't because it's out of stock. If it was in stock, then they could have that chance of winning, and they probably would buy more. I would have thought it would have been better to hold off any extra competition until you built up all your stock levels and things. Maybe they're just trying to catch up with the loss of sales, both with not releasing anything new really in the past year and also lack of stock. But there we go. Right, let's go on to Games Workshop now and have a look at all of these orcs. Fantastic. Look, they're all front and center. You've got a little advert for Kill Team as well, which I think you can still pick up. So you've got this, the Codex artwork there. You've got see the full range, and then you've got Sanctioned Sin, Warhammer Crime Anthology. But if we just go to new and exclusive, and we click on pre-orders, 21 pre-orders apparently. You go high to low. Now I am hoping that the rest of the orcs will drop next weekend, as damaging to the bank account that will be, but at least we can get them all over and done with and unboxed and reviewed and things like that. So you've got the Brutal and Cunning Collection, £298, still in stock. It is limited. There are limited for 300, so they haven't sold 300 of those big sets, but it's got all the new releases. You've got the Combat Patrol Orcs, which I've already mentioned a little bit earlier on, and you do get this transfer sheet. We could say that War Boss would easily be £25. We could say that the Death Copters would be £34. That's about £60. The Death Dread is £32.50. We're looking at £92.50 already, not including the ORK Boys. So that's a very decent saving if you can overlook the ORK Boys being the Monopose push to fit, which is still difficult to overlook, but at least we're getting the new plastic Deathcopters, which I hope won't be too long before they're available separately. The Battle Wagon, quite controversial, £60 here. They've put it in a couple of configurations, such as the Battle Wagon, the Gun Wagon, and then the Bone Breaker. I built mine as a Gun Wagon, I think. If I was going to get another one, I'd definitely have it as a Bone Breaker, and then I'd probably have a third as a Battle Wagon. I will be getting it at some point, but probably in the distant future when I, want to completely finish my orcs, and we're talking about another Gorkan Orc, talking about a Stomper from Forge World and things like that, to finally finish the Orc army. I can see the finish line for the Orc army, I really can, but it's not as close as, say, Necrons. You've got the Codex Orcs Collector's Edition. It's going to be exactly the same contents in there as the Beast Stagger one, page for page. It's just got a different front cover, and it's got the page keeper as well. So that's £50 as usual. Same number of pages. I think it's 136 pages. Then you've got the Big Ed Boss Bunk. I was surprised with the price of this, considering it's made in China. It looks to me like it is two separate sprues, two totally different sprues. So there is that, but £20 per sprue. I'm interested to see how big it is. I mean, obviously there's an orc. It's going to be quite tall, I think. and I'd love to see some conversions with stompers and things, and using this as the head, or if someone's almost built a Gargant and then just put this on it, that would be quite fantastic. And I'd love Forge World to bring out a Gargant and a Mega Gargant. I really would. But we'll see. I just wish that Forge World would bring out more for the Xenos and more for Age of Sigmar, really. Then you've got the Squig Hog Boys, £36.50. That's interesting. I would have expected sort of £34, but those models are pretty cool, and you get a couple of options with the Squig Hog knob. You've got the knob on Smasher Squig, which is odd because they're kind of like the same. I understand why they've put the knob in front, so there's no confusion. So if you're just looking for a knob on Smasher Squig, you get this set and you get that knob there. But I'm wondering whether people could work it out just by having the Squig Hog Boys. You got the Beast Snagger Boys, £31.50 here for 10. I say monopose, they are monopose. You've got a little bit of customization with some of the arms, but not all of them, because some have the shoulder pauldrons kind of molded on. But £31.50. Yeah, it's quite pricey. I think they should really be about 25, but there's a fair bit out of detail, and they are a bit bigger than your usual Orcs. You got the Underworld's Diechasm that was pre-order last week, and so was the art book. You got the Codex Orcs, £30 just for standard edition. Again, 136 pages. I think it should be £25 maximum. I think only the Space Marine Codex so far should warrant the £30, and even that was a push. You got the Zod Grod Wurtsnagger. Really odd to price this at £26.50. I think that's a huge amount. £22 maybe, but not almost £30. It's just too much. Let's do the pricing, right? So we've got £26.50 plus £36.50 at £63. Then we've got the £31.50 there, which would be £94. Plus the Codex. That's your Beast Snagger Army box set, and that's not including another set of Beast Snagger Boys as well, and the other gubbins you get, like the cards. So overall, very happy with the saving from the Beast Snagger box set. People were saying that the Combat Patrol box set would be a greater saving. I will stick to my point of saying that the Beast Snagger Army set is still the better saving because of that unique Codex more than anything. And now that most people are acknowledging the fact that the ORK Boys are monopose push to fit, which are actually a downgrade to the Snagger Boys, if you look at it that way. Then you've got the Beast Boss, £23.50, very chunky, very thick model, a lot going on. I'm not quite sure about this one. I think he's too thick. I think there's too much going on, and I'm not a huge fan of that hand as well, that bionic hand. It just seems like he's just big and tough. It just seems like he's big and tough, and he's become like a beast himself, rather than something that can, go and snag beasts and, take them down. I think he just looks a bit too slow now. You've got the dice, which are very, very boring. You've got the data cards. You've got the Big Mech with custom force field. Really interesting, this one. It is available to order mini only. It's a resin mini, so it is fine cast. £15. You won't find it anywhere else other than direct from GW. I guess that they decided that they needed to put a Big Mech with custom force field here because they are pretty useful, and you can put them in your Gorkanaut and things, and your Stomper even, to give them those invulnerable saves. Very useful. I might pick this up if there's anything else that's coming out for Games Workshop that you can only get on the store. I might pick him up at some point. So yeah, you may well see him on the channel at some point. And then finally, you've got the Sanction and Sin in paperback for $8.99. So that is it. A very, very orky start to September. Games Workshop, you could have waited just a month, just 4 weeks, and then we could have had a proper Orktober. Imagine waiting 11 months and then have an Orktober in September. Can you imagine that, guys? I'm sure Games Workshop could have released the Age of Sigmar Cruel Boys and the Stormcast models over this month, and then just pushed Orcs to Orktober. But I guess that wasn't meant to be, and they've decided to release them all in September. But Never mind. It probably means that I will be doing some Orc reviews in October if things continue as they are. But what do you guys think of the Orc release? Are you picking up a Combat Patrol? Are you picking up a Bonebreaker now that it's in one set? Are you very happy that you can now get your hands on all of these new Orc models? And we've still got plenty of Orc models left to come. I'm hoping next week is the second wave of this new release, and we get the Squig Rig, we get the Werboy, the Pain Boss, and the Great White Squig, and maybe some of the other models individually. But please do put your thoughts and opinions of all of these pre-orders down in the comments below. Good luck winning the Warlord Titan. It's a fantastic kit. I can't recommend it enough. I just hope that there's something on Forge World that's in stock that you can spend your money on. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.